I'm here on the Seestar stand, try saying that after a long day at the photography and video show, with Grant, who's got a Seestar in his hand. Tell me what it is.
Yeah, so this is the Seestar S30. This is a smart telescope. So a smart telescope replaces traditional telescopes that you look through. And this telescope, you don't look through it, you control it from a smartphone or a tablet, Android or Apple. And it's really simple. You take it outside, you plonk it down on the ground, you turn it on, you come back inside in the warm, and then through your smartphone or your tablet, you connect to it wirelessly. It broadcasts a wireless network, and you connect to it, and from there you control it, and it will help you find astrophotography targets, so galaxies, nebulas, clusters. It will find them for you automatically. It will then track them all night long for you, and it will image them for you, take in short exposures, 10 to 30-second exposures, and do what we call live stacking, which is where it combines those images, one on top of the other. And over time, that image develops. You'll start off with the image that when you first see it will be quite dim, but you'll see some detail, you'll see some color. After about a minute, it will build and build, and the noise will reduce, the clarity will improve, the color will improve. And over time, imagine you're imaging something like Andromeda Galaxy. Over time, that galaxy will just appear in front of your eyes, and you'll see the spiral arms of the galaxy, you'll see a lot of detail. You can leave it running for as long as you like, and at any point, you can stop the image and you can save that to your phone or your tablet. And there's a lot more you can do with it as well. So if you're into photo editing, if you decide to, you can download a raw image, and then you can bring out a lot more detail in the post-processing. With these, there's some really cool features that you can use it for solar as well. So it comes with a solar filter, which is really important. We've got a partial solar eclipse coming up on August the 12th. This is what I personally will be using to capture the solar eclipse. So it comes with a solar filter that you put on the front that makes it safe to image the sun. With that, you can see sunspots and detail on the solar surface safely without damaging it. It will find the sun automatically and track it for you. But during the eclipse, it will track it, keep it centered, and do you a time lapse of the entire eclipse. So for the eclipse, these are absolutely superb.
This feels like a really accessible way to get into astrophotography. And before the camera rolled, you were telling me about a few of the other ways in which, no matter what time of year, this can be helpful, particularly at spring right now. You know, often overnight things can get a bit cold, and you might on glassy surfaces start to get a bit of dew forming. But this has got a smart trick that means this is going to work almost whatever the weather.
So this has a built-in dew heater that you can turn on, and it automatically just gently heats that lens and stops dew forming. So that's really important in, unfortunately, the UK skies. We need that quite a lot. So that eats into your battery a little bit, but it stops it dewing up and allows you to keep it running no matter what the conditions. So that's a really important feature. The key thing I think that makes it so accessible is finding these really tiny targets. So traditionally, finding some of these galaxies in nebula, I've had a hard time, and I've been into astronomy for a long time. This finds those for you, and it lets you really see a huge amount of detail. And some of these objects are absolutely beautiful, things that you would never imagine are actually out there. And the color that this can pick up and the detail it shows you is really remarkable. And the main thing is it's so portable. So it's designed, you can take it on a plane. Lots of people take them on holiday with them, take them somewhere nice and dark. You have to take it as carry-on because of the battery, but you know, this is in its extended position, but it folds up. You can take the tripod off, so you can put the tripod separately.
That's the folded down one on the table, isn't it? That's the same S30 model, I think.
The S30 folded down. There's several other models in this range. We now have, what's really exciting, has just come out as the S30 Pro, which has a Milky Way mode. So as well as the main lens that does deep sky objects, this has a secondary wide field lens that lets you do Milky Way shots. So if you've ever wanted to do those really cool Milky Way shots or the star trail type shots, this can do it for you automatically. So it's a bit magical.
One other question then in that case, in terms of accessibility, is this only people who have access to the countryside without all the light pollution that you might get in the middle of Birmingham?
So thankfully, no. Thankfully, these days, these have light pollution filters built in. So it has what we call a dual narrowband filter. You don't have to worry about the technicalities. The app does all of this for you and takes care of this for you. But that filter kicks in place when you're imaging certain objects, and it really helps kick through light pollution. Now, what we say to people is, nothing is as good as clear dark skies, and light pollution is a big issue in the UK, and it's something we really care passionately about. But luckily technology is now meaning that you shouldn't give up. Even if you live in the middle of a city, you will get some great results for a smart telescope in your back garden or in your local park. But because they're so portable, you can take them somewhere dark. And I will often drive somewhere, sit this outside my car and sit in the warm while this is operating. So you've got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, sitting in the car while it's warm overnight when when this is doing the hard work outside. You've got a small kind of table stand tripod mount there on the bottom. If there's longer grass or mud on the floor, I take it you could mount this onto a standard tripod mounting if you needed to.
Yeah, so it's a standard photo-video tripod connection at the bottom, so any photo-video tripod will work. What I say to people is you want to keep it really low down to be nice and stable and to protect you from the wind. So don't have it super extended so it's wobbling around all over the place. And if you're an advanced user, I don't want to confuse people, if you really get into this, you can actually put it into equatorial mode, which is you put it on a wedge and you angle it to align it with the Earth's rotation. Sounds complicated, but I promise you it isn't. But if you do that, you can take much, much longer exposures and really take your image into the next level. So these are great if you're a complete beginner or even someone that wants to go a bit further. They let you really scratch that astrophotography itch.
Is this going to scratch a hole in my pocket, though? That's the question, because I know that astrophotography, people are really committed to it. It can be an expensive hobby, an expensive, career for some people. In terms of accessibility, then, what are we talking about price-wise for something like the S30?
So the S30 is £389. So it's a price point that is really bringing people into the hobby. And I've been involved in astronomy for many years. This is the first product that I think has really opened up the hobby and bringing in a lot more people. We're selling this to youngsters because it's app-based. People like my children who didn't show any interest in astronomy until there was an app that they could use it. But we're selling it to older people of all generations, because it is so accessible, so easy to use. And there's a big accessibility factor here as well, which is traditional telescopes are very big and heavy, and it's put people off, whereas we've sold these to people with disabilities that mean they've not been able to lug stuff outside, whereas with this, it's very small and portable. You can take it outside, you can use it wirelessly. So there's a really big accessibility message here as well.
Ron, I love all of this story, from the size and the accessibility of the product to the flexibility that you get with the images that it's able to take here. Fantastic story. I can see a lot of people being very excited about this, and the price, $389, as you say there, really makes beautiful images like some that we're seeing on the screen behind us and on the display accessible to anybody. Thank you for bringing this to the photography and video show this year, and I'm sure we'll see many, many more of these out in fields and car parks and back gardens over the next months to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.